guys, what's up? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. It is Leslie, and today I am filming my labor and delivery story, which is a little late since Delilah is gonna be 2 months old on September 3rd, so this upcoming Saturday. When you guys see this though, it will already pass. But I am just gonna talk about everything, and then I also have some clips that I'm just gonna like throw in here. I did film when I was in the hospital, but just not a lot. So I didn't want to make that into its own video. So I thought I would do like the birth story and the like clips that I had all mixed together. And as you can see, I still kept some of her baby shower decorations because I thought that was so cute. It says baby. So I'm actually in her room, but she's sleeping in her crib in our room as of now. So she probably won't be in here for a while, which is, I have my vanity and stuff in here. I do have to make this fast, however, because I am on my lunch break, which is why I have McDonald's with me. I got 10-piece chicken nuggets, some medium fries, and then I have my water bottle. I was going to drink something regular, but I was supposed to finish this before my lunchtime, and I didn't, so here we go. Also, I really need to be reading the chapter for my college class. But we're going out of town this weekend, so I thought I should film this video now, like that I can just edit this video on my way to the lake we're going. These french fries are fresh as fuck. Even though I'm pretty sure I got COVID and my senses have still not recovered, and this tastes a little off, but it doesn't taste that bad. Yeah, also when I was pregnant, I would eat like 10 chicken nuggets and like a McChicken and some fries, and I would still not get full. Like I was eating. It all started on Friday at 6:30 a.m. I went to go pee for like the 20th time that night, and when I peed there was a little bit of blood, and it was like some light spotting. I was like, okay, no biggie. Maybe there is a biggie, maybe there isn't. Oh, also this whole video is going to be TMI, so if you don't like to talk about bodily fluids, then this is not the video for you. So that day we were actually going to go out of town because we had to buy some like last minute things at Sam's Club before Delilah made her arrival, and it was Friday, so I was going to be 40 weeks that following Tuesday. So I was just praying to God, like, please. And Sam's is out of town. It's like an hour and a half away from where we live. So I was like, God, please don't let me go into labor right now, because then we won't be able to go to Sam's. Please just make it afterwards. And then now looking back, throughout the day, I did have pressure. And it wasn't really pain. I just felt like some pressure, like right beneath my stomach. And I remember like a couple times where I was like, oh, you know, like, whoo, you know, like kind of makes you just, but I didn't really, like, it didn't really hit me that like, hey, it's a labor. So it wasn't until about 5 p.m. when Isaac came back from work and we were getting ready to go that I felt, and it was more intense, I felt pain and pressure. So it was like both of those feelings like right over here. And I remember a coworker saying that contractions are pain and pressure. When I was having Braxton Hicks, they were just pain. So this, I know, like I knew it was pressure. And the thought kind of just went in, but like it went out. Like it was like so fast, and I was like, whatever. So before we left, we went to go put gas in the car, and I felt it again. And I was like, okay, this is a little weird. But I didn't say anything to Isaac. I was like, okay, I'm not going to say anything, because with Braxton Hicks, I think I already got him excited like once or twice before, because I was like, oh my God, I'm going to labor. And then they would stop and I'd be like, never mind. We were on our way to the place we were going, and I felt it again. And they were about like 10 minutes apart. Those 3 contractions were like 10 minutes. And that's when I knew. I knew that they were contractions, and I turned around and I looked at Isaac and I was like, hey, I think I'm in labor. And he was like, well, what do you mean? And I was like, well, I feel pain, I feel pressure, it's right here. I've had 3 of them in the last 10 minutes, and I think this is it. And he was like, are you sure? And I was like, I am sure, like I am positive. If not, these are some really weird Braxton Hicks. So that was it. I did start timing them, and that's what I was doing. We got there, and I don't know if you guys know, but they say with Braxton Hicks, if you start walking around and they're gone, then that just means that they were just Braxton Hicks. So we got there, we were walking around, and they kind of, I wouldn't say they completely stopped. If I had to explain it, I feel like they were there, but they weren't like one contraction stopped. Like it was like, oh, I don't know how to explain it. Like they were there, but they were barely there. And I was like, God damn it, like I was so mad because I was like, I thought this was the real deal and I was excited and I was like, yay, and now it's not. So we were driving back and they started again. And by this point, they were more intense. I remember right before we came back, we stopped by Target to go to Starbucks because they don't actually have Starbucks, they have Target. So I was there and I was in line and I remember feeling this big contraction. Like out of the ones I've had before, like this one was like, ooh. And I remember thinking, oh my God, I'm in the line to get Starbucks and I'm in labor. And nobody else has any idea. Like they don't know that the pregnant lady standing right beside them is in labor. Because that's when I knew like, okay, yeah, this definitely is labor. So we were driving back and, you know, we were talking about it and I was like, look, this is labor. I don't think I'm gonna go into the hospital until like 3, 4 in the morning. By this time, I think it was probably like 8, 7, no, probably like 8. His friends were actually gonna come over that day. So I was like, you know what, have them come over, it's fine. Because either way, I'm not gonna go into the hospital till like midnight, till like past midnight. So there's no point of them not coming because it's not like we're gonna leave right now. So have them come over. I'm in pain. I'm gonna be in the room. You go hang out with your friends. Just check up on me once in a while. And yeah, if we actually do end up going to the hospital, then we'll just kick your friends out and we'll go. So on the way back, the weird thing is that my contractions were really weird. I had one that was like 3 minutes apart, 5, 6, and then like 8, and then 10 minutes apart, and then it would go back to like 5 minutes apart, and then it would work its way up, and then when it reached like 10 minutes, I would jump again to 5 minutes. So I was like, my contractions aren't consistent. So even though they're feeling like they're getting worse, like I was like, this can't be labor because they say that your contractions are like a set number apart, and that's when you know to come in. So we get back into town and you know, he tells me like, make sure everything's ready, completely ready. So I got home and that's what I did. I got everything ready. And since I was walking around, my contraction stopped again. And then that contraction was like 20 minutes apart. And I was like, fuck. And again, I was like, no, like I stopped all the progress because I freaking had to get everything ready and now we don't even need it. So I was chilling in the room. His friends came over and I was just breathing. They started happening again and then they started getting more close together. I was just there feeling it all, you know. Isaac would come in and check on me and then he would leave again.
Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to my channel. It is past 9. I'm not sure what time is it. I haven't checked, but I'm vlogging because I think I'm in labor. Ooh. Hey guys, what is up? Welcome back to my channel. I am here vlogging because I think I'm in labor. I was fine up until about 5. I started feeling some pain and pressure. I didn't think much of it. It wasn't that bad. It would come and go. But we actually went out of town. We went an hour and a half out of town, and that's when I started feeling them like with a pattern on our way over there. And sorry, I'm like out of breath and I'm just like starting to get like anxious. I feel like I can labor at home for at least like 3-4 more hours before we can go, maybe even more though. But yeah, that's that. I will talk to you guys later.
And then it got to a point where I was like, look, I think I need to call the hospital and ask because, like, you know, this is getting more intense. It's starting to hurt more. I called at around 11 p.m. and they said, you can come in and we can check you, and if not, you can go back home. We didn't like this answer because we live 30 minutes out of town. So for us to go there and get sent back and then have to go back maybe like in 2-3 hours or whenever, that is something we didn't like. Also because we live in a whole different town, So if they were to send me back, and let's say in 1 hour I progressed so much, because that sometimes happened, you know, I would have barely make it back to the hospital. And that's what I was so scared of happening, because then I'm like, great, I'm gonna freaking birth my baby in a freaking cornfields with cows all around me. Like, that is not what I want. So it's not what we wanted to hear, but they just kept getting worse. Like, oh my god, the pain. So I was like, okay, we have to go. Kid at his friends, got the car loaded, we left. And then, oh my god, again, I didn't have a whole contraction until like 20 minutes later. And I remember Isaac thinking, like, dude, if you're not gonna start having contractions, then let's just go back before we get there and they send us back. But then I had like a really big one, and I was like, nope, yep, we're going. So I got to the hospital and they checked me, and I remember telling Isaac, if like I really want to be at least 3 centimeters. Like, if I am less than 3 centimeters, I am going to be mad, because they're gonna send me back. So I got there and I was 4 centimeters, and I was like, yay. So of course we stayed. When we got there, it was like 1 a.m. And then my mucus plug came out when she checked me, and I realized, because I stood up to go to the bathroom, and then my mucus plug was just laying in the bed. And that was the grossest thing I've ever seen. I've seen so many gross things, but my mucus plug just wasn't it. And Isaac saw it too, and I got up and I was like, you wanna hand me another puppy pad? I'm gonna throw this bad boy away. Let me hear. Let me hear. Yay. The lighting here is terrible. Terrible. I'm scared they're gonna walk in and I'm really hungry. Hi guys, so last time I talked, I just started having contractions. It's 1:40 a.m. We came to the hospital at like 1, I want to say, like 12:31, and I'm already at a 4. So yay, my contractions are not that bad, but I know they're gonna get worse, and I'm gonna have to get the epidural. I think I'm about to have another contraction. I can still talk through my contractions, and they hurt, but they're manageable. So now they have to come get some blood work, and then we'll just go from there. So then that happened at about 4 or 5 a.m. I got the epidural. It was terrible. They're like, don't move, da da da, and you're like, ah. I'm gonna be honest with you, getting the epidural was such a traumatic experience for me, and it's really hard, because I'm like, okay, so I either get the epidural and go through something so traumatic, or either don't get the epidural and feel every single thing. That scares me. If I'm looking down, it's because I wrote everything down, which I'm glad, because it's 2 months later, so I kind of forgot everything. I got the epidural and they checked me at 6 a.m. and I was still like 4 to 5 centimeters dilated. So I was pretty upset, because it was like 3-4 hours and I barely dilated. So I was like, oh my god, like, please, like, don't let this be a long labor. So then at around 10 a.m. My epidural I'm not gonna say it wasn't working, because if it wasn't working, then I would have been in so much pain, but it just wasn't doing enough. I was still crying through my contractions. I was like, it was hurting more than it was before I got the epidural, which, I mean, it makes sense, because I guess I wasn't that dilated, but it was just, it hurt so bad. I just remember, I remember getting a contraction and just crying. So they gave me more pain medicine. Now it's about 10 a.m. when they gave me more medicine. Ew, I look gross. This is great. I feel like I should put my hair down to look a little more pretty. But hey guys, so it is 10:07 and a.m.
I slept because I got a epidural. Oh, I got a epidural and I fell asleep and I woke up and my contractions were still so bad that I was crying, which is not okay because I just took epidural, so I shouldn't be crying through my contractions. So then they gave me more medicine. It was an epidural. It was another medicine, and I feel better. And now I'm gonna stop because I'm still in pain and my back hurts like bitch, and I'm tired.
At about 1:30 p.m., which honestly I for sure thought that I was gonna have Delilah by 12, and I was like, there's no way that it's gonna be 12 or p.m. and I'm not gonna birth, and this child is not gonna be out here in the world. Like, no. Well, I was wrong. It was 1:30 p.m. and they checked me and I was 9 centimeters dilated, and I was like, yay, it's getting close. But then again, the pain started coming back and I was crying. I was like, I want more pain medicine. But since there was like a lot of people giving birth that day, by the time that like the guy was going to come to me to like give me more pain medicine for the second time, I was basically ready to push. So like there was really no point, because then at 2:40 p.m. is when I was 10 centimeters dilated and it was go time. Yay. I was ready to push and I started pushing, except for that my contractions were not even. You know when I told you guys that my contractions were doing like the whole like 5 minutes, 10 minutes, the whole thing? Yeah, they were doing that again, which is not what you want to do when you're pushing, because it's like contraction, you push, and then if you have to wait 10 more minutes to push again, like you're not really like getting anything rolling. So I was upset. Also that I was sleeping through my contractions. I don't know if that was the sleep medicine, because they were painful. Like, don't get me wrong, they were painful. But like I would kind of doze off and I was so tired. Oh my god, so tired. The whole time I was pushing, I can assure you, like I was falling asleep. Like, so I got Pitocin and she was like, okay, like I'm gonna leave you here for a couple minutes so we can get that rolling, and then we're gonna start, you know, pushing again. So to me, when she left and then came back, that was probably like 15-20 minutes. Isaac told me it was an hour and I'm like, there's no way it was an hour. Like I feel like I only got like a 20-minute break. That was my dog. Delilah was facing down. She was the right way. She was just instead of. So I had to push to like rotate her to be the right way, and then I pushed to like get her out. So to me, I pushed for 3 hours, but to Isaac it was 2 since I got a 1 hour break, but I'm not counting that because it didn't feel like a 1 hour break. Baby was finally flipped the right way, so then I started pushing, and then I said I can't do this like a million times because I thought I cannot fucking do this, and I did it.
Yeah.
I birthed a little baby at 6:14 p.m. She was 7 pounds 3 ounces and she was 20 inches long, and we named her Delilah Rose, and it was amazing.
Hey guys, so I look a little rough, but that's because it's the next day and she is born. As you guys can see, she's right there. She's breastfeeding, so I'm not going to show that. But yesterday, the last time I vlogged, it was 10, and I said that my epidural wasn't working, which it wasn't. But yeah, she was born yesterday. It is the next day. It's 12:15, and yeah, yay. We're tired though. I'm tired. But yeah, I will keep updating you guys as we go. I was planning on recording my labor, but again, how I said, it was really long and it was complicated. It was kind of complicated at first, and then it just, no, I was in pain, and I didn't feel like dealing with that, so I was like, fuck that. So yeah.
It's like I don't want to have another baby, but I would do it all over again for that moment where she just comes out and you just like hold your baby for the first time, and it just feels, there's no words to explain it. It is the best feeling in the world, and that's like a moment I hold on forever. So I love you guys so much. Thank you for watching, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I really enjoyed making this video, and I'm so excited that I get to share this with you guys. Bye.